Welcome back everyone, this is part 23 on What If boboiboy was in My Hero Academia. I do not own boboiboy and My Hero Academia, or any of the characters in this video. They belong to their own respected authors. Chapter 27. Now, where's the zombies? How dare they harm my son and his friends? Mechamato roared angrily, ready to fight them. Thank you, Midoriya cried again. This time in tears of joy since the hero wanted to defend him without him asking for it. How did you know about that? The others shouted. Well, a little loud and Yellow Birdie told me about this. Mechamato replied coolly, it's present mixed doing, huh? They whispered as they gave Mechamato a blank look. And since when did those two become allies? Boboiboy let a soft chuckle. Today was a memorable day indeed. Haha, awesome. Turbeki said his catchphrase while giving them a thumbs up. Mechamato slowly knocked on his son's room. Is everything alright, son? He asked. The final exam is around the corner and ever since then, his son had been studying hard. Being a hero while holding the status of a high school student is hard, you know? To be honest, not okay, Dad, Boboiboy sighed while his father gave him a soft smile, entering the room. Can I just use solar or quake in the final exam, Dad? The boy gave his father a hopeful look. Mechamato let a small chuckle, shaking his head. You know that's probably cheating, right? And besides, Aizawa-sensei would probably notice something weird about you on that day. I hate it when you're right, Dad, Boboiboy pretended to groan. Here, some hot tea and a cake would probably cheer you up. Mechamato placed a cup of hot brewed tea and a chocolate cake beside his son. Well, I didn't know you could bake, Dad. The elemental boy gasped in amazement, taking a bite at the cake. Delicious, trust me. You'll need to learn a lot of skills, especially working in space. Mechamato half-joked while refraining his inner self from screaming from his son's praise. So, what seems to be the problem? He asked, sitting beside his son, Math Dad. Boboiboy pointed a question he's been trying to solve. Linear equations, ho. Mechamato looked and smiled. I see. What's the problem? You see, son, two equations are simultaneous linear equations in two variables. The pro hero explained while showing how to solve the said problem. The solution of two simultaneous linear equations in two variables is any pair of values x and y that satisfied both the equations. So this question here can be solved by the substitution method or the elimination method. Mechamato scribbled the solving method. I see. Boboiboy nodded. Finally, understanding. Now you try it. Mechamato gave his son's pencil while Boboiboy tried to solve the other problem with the formula his dad gave to him. I solved it. Boboiboy beamed happily. You're awesome, Dad. And then they high-five. That's the uniqueness of maths, my son. Every composite number has a solution. You'll just need the right step and formula to solve it. Mechamato replied, ruffling his son's fluffy hair. Thanks, Dad. Boboiboy thanked him and proceeded to study math the whole evening with Mechamato. Thanks to his father's mathematical intelligence, in the blink of an eye the elemental user was able to solve all the math questions. Whoa, this is the first time I didn't cry after doing maths. Boboiboy closed his book. How can you be so good at math, Dad? How, HMBH? It's because I'm your father. Mechamato smiled proudly, folding his arms. Ha, funny. Boboiboy gave him a blank look. Didn't expect that his father gave him a comical reply. Sooner or later, you'll be great at maths, Boboiboy. You just need to keep study and never give up. Mechamato continued, smiling. Alright, Dad, awesome. Turbeki Boboiboy gave him a thumbs up. Say, how about we make dinner? I'm kind of hungry now. Mechamato suggested, sure, can we have chicken curry tonight? His son gave him a hopeful look, too cute in his fatherly eyes. Anything you want, the hero chuckled. They were about to walk to the kitchen when... Di-na-na-na, na-na, na-na, I di-na-na-na, na-na, na-na, I... Di-na-na-na, na-na, na-na, I lighted up like dynamite. Crick, crick, crick. What was that? Boboiboy immediately broke the awkward moment between them. Mechamato face-bombed, knowing who's the culprit behind that. It's Mechamato and his pop songs again, the man replied sighing. Now I regret buying him that expensive karaoke set he asked as a compensate for winning our bet. You mean the bet where one of the elemental siblings would find the journal or not? Boboiboy questioned. Exactly, Mechamato nodded. Well, it was my loss since I forgot that one of the siblings was literally a bookworm. You mean the most handsome and definitely most intelligent bookworm? Right. Boboiboy solar, rectified. Mechamato sighed again. That light element of yours is truly a narcissist, huh? At school. Okay, that's it for today's class. Aizawa ended their class session. There's only 1 week left until the final exams, and I do hope you all are studying properly at the moment. I'm sure you already know, but it won't just be a written exam. There's also a practical component, so make sure you train your minds and bodies at the same time. That's all, the teacher advised once more before closing the door. I haven't studied at all, Kaminari and Ashido comically laughed. With the sports festival and internship coming along, I didn't bother to study Kaminari's cheerful laugh now has turned into a sad sob. Remembering the consequences he got from his actions, yes, he placed 21st on the midterms while Ashido placed 20th, a step higher than him. It's true that we had one event after another. Tokoyami commented, agreeing since he placed 15th in the midterms. For the midterms, we just started school, so they didn't cover much, so I didn't really have a hard time with them. However, with the back-to-back events and stuff, the finals will be different. Sato said while Koda, who was beside him, nodded. It'll be tough since there's a practical exam too, Mineta smugly replied. He was confident in the written exams since he placed 10th in the midterms. Even for a small pervert like him sure is clever, ho. 10th on midterms, you traitor, and here we thought you were one of us. The blonde and the pinkette yelled furiously. Guys like you are only likable if they're dumb. Where's the demand for this? Kaminari gritted bitterly. The world, maybe. Mineta replied, unfazed by the furious glare he got from those two. Ashido Kaminari, Midoriya and Boboiboy called them. Let's do our best, the two cinnamon buns cheered, giving them a bright and cheerful aura. So blinding that Kaminari and Ashido were forced to close their delicate eyes. Midoriya had placed 4th in the midterms while Boboiboy placed 6th, 2 places behind his friend. We all want to go to the training camp together, right? The duo continued, yes. As class rep, I also have high hopes that you will be moved to action. Ida continued, the spectacled boy placed 2nd in the midterms. It's pretty hard to fail if you just pay attention in class. Todoroki, who placed 5th, coolly commented, be careful with your words. Kaminari felt his heart stabbed by cruel words since the ones who were reminding him were all placed in the highest ranks for midterms. You too. I may be able of assistance with the class lectures. Yayorizu, who placed 1st in the class, offered to help them with their studies. Yamomo, Kaminari, and Ashido beamed. Finally, the goddess of intelligence has offered her graceful hands to help them. However, I can't help at all with the practical though, she whispered, sighing in defeat. Yayorizu, it's already helpful since you volunteered to help them study. Besides, I'm sure with your knowledge and guidance anyone can ace their written exam. Boboiboy, who noticed Yayorizu was down on herself, quickly tried to cheer her up. Boboiboy said. Yayorizu turned her gaze to the elemental boy. Thank you for the kind words, she finally smiled. I'm not one of those two, but can I join? Jairu approached them. I'm having some trouble with quadratic functions. Sorry, me too. How are you with classical Japanese? Sura joined, hoping that Yayorizu might tutor him. I'd like to join too, please, since there's a bunch of stuff I don't get. Ojiro politely asked, please, the three of them pleaded. Everyone, Yayorizu was touched. It seems like she can be a big help to her friends. Yes, of course, she got up from her chair, cheering excitedly. All right, Jairu, Sira, and Ojiro shouted happily. Then let us hold a study session at my residence this weekend. Yayorizu continued, seriously, I can't wait to see your house. Ashido said, oh, in that case, I must tell Mother and have her open up the hall. Yayorizu bounced, couldn't wait for the study session. Hall, Kaminari and Jairu whispered, everyone, what kind of tea are you all partial to? She asked again, tea. This time it was Ojiro and Sira who questioned. In my family, we always drink Harrods or Wedgwood. So if you have any preferences, then do let me know. And of course, you can trust me to help you study too. I will definitely show you how I can help. Yayorizu continued with a warm and fuzzy aura. It's like she casually slapped me with a huge difference in how we were born. Kaminari said, smiling, but her bounciness is so cute that I don't care. Jairu continued, look at the difference in virtue. Kirishima teased the explosive blonde boy. I can do it too. Want me to beat it into you? Bakagu, who placed third in the midterms, growled, yeah, I'm counting on you, Kirishima replied. Hey, speaking of study session, boboiboy quickly turned to Midoriya, Ida, and Todoroki. Wanna study together at my house this weekend? My dad is at home right now. Maybe he can tutor us. I'll definitely come, boboiboy. I would be delighted to. Sure, why not? They answered eagerly, agreeing to boboiboy's suggestion. Well, that was fast. The elemental user smiled gladly, texting his dad that he invited his friends over this weekend. Mechamato-san is currently here. Gosh, I need to bring my autograph book. What type of sweets does Amato-san prefer? I surely need to repay his kindness the other day. I have never been to boboiboy's house. Glad I finally decided to come. Midoriya, Ida, and Todoroki whispered to themselves. Excuse me, boboiboy. Tokoyami and Shoji approached the group. But may we join as well? Shoji politely asked. Studying together is surely a better way to gain knowledge. Tokoyami continued, sure, the more the merrier, boboiboy replied. He can't wait for their study session to come. Meanwhile, Amada stared at his phone screen for a while after reading his son's text message. My son is inviting his friends over. Amada squealed. Boboiboy grew so fast. He wiped his drama tears. What should I cook for them this weekend? The man wondered, placing his thumb on his chin. But then, Sasageo, Shinzo wo Sasageo, Sabit no Gize Washington Ima. Kano Toki no Tame and I, crick. Amada stared blankly and sighed. But first, I literally need to seal the robot destroyer somewhere else. And I sure hope I don't get killed on the way. Cafeteria, the practical exam, It's kind of scary since I can't tell what'll be on it, Midoshiya said. They were currently at the cafeteria, eating their lunch together. The written questions will come from what we study in class, so I should be able to manage somehow, but... The greenhead continued, You can manage, Uraraka replied rather down since she placed 14th in the midterms. Seriously, what do we have to do for the practical exam? Midoriya wondered. It'd be a comprehensive test of everything from the first semester. That's all Aizawa-sensei would tell us. Boboiboy continued while drinking his chocolate milk. Everything we did so far. So, combat training, rescue training, and then basic training. Uraraka replied. In addition to studying, we'll have to keep in good physical condition. Midoriya quickly rubbed the back of his head since Monoma accidentally bumped into him. Oh, sorry. Your head was so big that I accidentally hit it. Monoma pretended to apologize. Hey, boboiboy gave him a glare, mad since he saw what Monoma did to his friend. Midoriya, are you alright? He asked while Midoriya nodded. You're from Class B, Mono-kun. Midor turned to him. I heard that you guys met the hero killer, Monoma continued. Just like at the sports festival, you guys in class just have all the attention. Ho. It's not like we wanted all of those attentions, boboiboy mumbled. But that attention isn't because people have high expectations for you. It's because you keep attracting trouble, right? The blonde continued his trash talk. Oh, that's scary. Someday, the rest of us might also be caught in the trouble you bring and become victims as well. Like getting cursed by the god of pestilence. Monum Hostel commented, letting a hateful aura. Oh, that's scary. Stop this instance, Monoma. Kendo replied, knocking the resentful boy out. That's not funny. Don't you know what happened to Ida? Kendo-kun. Ida called her name. Thank goodness she stopped him, or else I would have zapped him with my lightning, boboiboy whispered. So sorry about that, class. This guy's heart is just kinda, you know. Kendo apologized. Nasty, resentful, wicked. Yeah, pick one or all. Boboiboy inwardly commented, you guys were talking about the practical exam earlier, right? The orange-haired girl continued, looks like it'll be combat against robots like in the entrance exam. What? Really? How did you know? Class 1A questioned, slightly relieved that they at least have a hint on how the practical exam is going to be. An upperclassman friend of mine told me about it. It's kind of cheating, though. She giggled. No, that's not cheating. That's right. I'm sure gathering information ahead of time is also part of the test. I see. I should have asked some upperclassmen. Why didn't I realize? Midoriya muttered. Midoriya, you're muttering silently again. Boboiboy tried to tell him, Bar, are you an idiot, Kendo? We had an information advantage there. Why? Just why did you tell them? Monoma growled. This was our chance to get ahead of the detestable Class 1A. And again, he was knocked by Kendo losing his conscience. They're not detestable. Kendo dragged him somewhere else. She's like the big sister of Class 1B. Huh. Midoriya and Boboiboy sweat drop and continued eating their lunch. At class, all right. Kaminari and Ashido cheered as soon as they heard about the latest information. Oh, it'll be easy if it's robots. You guys look like you'd have a hard time controlling your quirks against people. Shoji said to them, yeah, but I can just let loose with robots, so it'll be a cinch. Kaminari replied happily. And it'll be a cinch for me to melt them, Ashido continued. Now you just need Yagorozu to help you study, and you'll be set for the finals, Sira said. We'll definitely be able to go to training camp now, Kamin and Ashido high-fived. What are you idiots talking about it being a cinch for? Bakugo interrupted. Who are you calling an idiot? Kaminari and Ashido pointed at him. Shut up. Bakugo furiously shouted at them. If you need to control your quirk, then control it, idiots. The furious, explosive user continued. You do have a point there, but you don't need to yell at them or call them idiots, Bakugo. Boboiboy commented, Boboiboy, Kaminari and Ashido hide behind him, shielding themselves from Bakugo, TC each, always being the hero, ha elemental bastard. Bakugo walking towards him, inches from the elemental user. If you're so perfect in handling your quirk, then show them how it's done. Then maybe someday you'll finally reveal that damn secret of yours. Bakugo let a low growl as fierce red eyes meeting soft yet strong chocolate ones. Kakin, Midoriya tried to stop him. Hey, Deku, I don't know if you figured out how to use your quirks a little or what, but you seriously keep rubbing me the wrong way. Bakugo turned to Midoriya, giving him an intense glare. Is he talking about how Deku was moving like him the other day? Uraraka whispered to Ida. Indeed, he is, Lita said. I don't need another half-assed result like at the sports festival. Bakugo shifted his gaze towards Todoroki and turned back to Midoriya. At the upcoming finals, we'll get individual scores, so we'll see who's better whether you like it or not. I'll beat you with an indisputable difference. I'll kill you. The furious ash blonde pointed at Midoriya. Boboiboy, Todoroki, you too. Bakugo yelled, closing the door with a loud thud. It's been a while since I've seen Bakugo that intense. Kirishima sighed after witnessing such an intense scene, impatience, or hatred. Tokoyami commented, Kaken, Midoriya mumbled while Boboiboy looked at him worriedly. I can't let this continue to happen. Without much thinking, Boboiboy immediately left them, chasing after Bakugo. Boboiboy, his friends called him since his reckless action surprised them. Bakugo, Boboiboy called him. Wait up, he yelled again. What do you want, elemental bastard? Bakugo turned back, finally facing him. They were currently outside of school. What I want to talk, Boboiboy replied. Why are being so hostile towards Midoriya? I thought you guys were supposed to be childhood friends, he asked. How did the damn nerd send you here? Bakugo refused to comment about that matter. No, I came by myself. Now answer my question, the elemental user demanded, folding his arms. Why should I answer that damn question? And stop meddling in my business. Take care of your own. Bakugo growled, ready to leave him. Are you that afraid of losing to Midoriya, or are afraid of getting left behind? Boboiboy refused to give in until he got his answer. That particular question immediately enraged Bakugo. I dare you to say that again, elemental bastard. He growled, intensely glaring at the hatted boy. Bingo, Boboiboy whispered. I refuse. Once is enough, he replied, unfazed by Bakugo's murderous aura. Winning isn't everything, you know, and that superiority complex of yours isn't going to take you anywhere. Oh, Bakugo bitterly chuckled as he grabbed the hem of Boboiboy's school uniform. You sure have the guts to advise me? Huh, too bad that's all useless. Well, at least I'm trying to, Boboiboy bravely replied. You don't consider me as a friend, but I still, though. Even if you're mean, nasty, and proudful, Bakugo was taken back a little. He could tell that there were no lies in Boboiboy's words. Shut up, no, I'm not shutting up. Boboiboy released Bakugo's hand from him. I know I'm just a no one to you, but let me tell you this. Losing isn't going to make you a loser. Sometimes losing exits to make you rise even stronger. My Takabe used to tell me that the difference between average people and achieving people is their perception of and response to failure. Boboiboy smiled even though the situation between them was pretty intense. Bakugo gritted his teeth. Did the elemental bastard try to motivate him with inspirational words from the first time he met Boboiboy? Bakugo knew he had to be careful with the elemental user since his identity was very doubtful. He did magically appear and defeated the weird villains from the USJ incident. Moreover, the elemental bastard already knew how to control his quirk efficiently as if he's been fighting for years. Bakugo had an excellent judge of character and of course, Boboiboy's stupid lies couldn't deceive him. And what made Bakugo even more pissed at Boboiboy was because the elemental user refused to use his quirk's full potential as if he deliberately wanted to be on par with them. The elemental bastard had no desire to win and protecting others was far more important to him. Plus, he's too nice for his own fucking good. TCH. I know that damn too well. Bakugo clicked his tongue, turning away. Tell that to my face when you already reveal your true self, bastard. Trust me, my true self is a little bit unbelievable. Boboiboy scratched the back of his head, chuckling nervously. Oh, before I forget, I accept your challenge. Let's see who's going to be defeated with an indisputable difference since I won't be holding back this time. He said with confidence. Bakugo let an eerie smile. Finally, someone worth to be murdered. You're on change freak. Principal's office, It seems like the hint about the practical exam had been wild spreading among the hero course students. Aizawa commented, fighting robots, huh? Lad King replied, slightly chuckling. The students didn't bother to question about the hint, huh? Midnight let an eerie smiled. That's cute since they don't know what's coming. Well, we can't blame the students since they are being precautious at the moment. The principal replied, looking through the windows. Moa, you'll be a surprise, kids. As usual, President Mike yelled loudly. I heard that you invited someone as an external examiner this year. 13 turned to the principal. Oh ho, who is it? Is it someone we know? Howard Loader asked. You'll find out soon enough. Nezu smiled since his guest had gladly accepted his invitation to examine this year's practical exam. Weekends. Who knew boboiboy was also rich? Todoroki commented as soon as they arrived in front of boboiboy's big house. I mean, totally rich. Oh my, this is the first time you visited his house, right? Lita questioned. Yeah, the half-cold, half-hot user nodded, slightly embarrassed since he used to give a cold shoulder towards boboiboy's kind acts. Trust me, you'll have tons of fun when you hang out with boboiboy, Midoriya replied smiling. Hey, guys. Boboiboy opened the door. Come on in, he politely offered them. Thank you for having us, they said and went inside. Boboiboy, I heard that your father will tutor us today. Tokoyami turned to the elemental user. Is your guardian here at the moment? Finally, you get to spend your time with him. Shoji commented, yeah, he decided to take a few days off from work. Boboiboy replied, I see that everyone is here. Amato came out from the kitchen, bringing a tray of drinks and snacks to serve to his son's friends. Mechamato-san, it's nice to see you again. Midoriya, Ida, and Todoroki politely bowed. Please, just call me Amato, kids, Amato replied, chuckling. On the other hand, Tokoyami and Shoji looked at boboiboy and Amato with an unbelievable look. Who knew that the elemental user's father was actually a hero? However, both of them tried to calm themselves as they didn't want to create a big commotion. I see that my son brought more friends today. Amato gave Tokoyami and Shoji a warm smile. It's nice to meet you. I'm Armored Hero, Mechabot, they both replied, surprising Amato a bit. Realizing that they were both almost out of their cool character, Tokoyami and Shoji both pretended to clear their throat. We know. Should we start studying now? Amato suggested. We have a lot to learn, boys. Yes, sir. Midoriya, Ida, Todoroki, Tokoyami, and Shoji took out their books. Awesome. Turbake. Boboiboy smiled as they studied together with the help of his father. All of them smiled satisfied since they got a better understanding of their respective weak subjects after the study session. Amato, who offered to tutor them, was also excellent at teaching since the hero managed to clarify the doubts that they had, especially in maths, English, and science. Thank you for tutoring us, Amato-san. The boys immediately thanked the hero. My pleasure. Amato grinned. Hey, how about you guys join us for dinner? You can't go home with an empty stomach, you know, and I'm not taking a no as an answer. Oh, sounds good, Dad. Boboiboy agreed. The boys were surprised by the sudden offer. Slowly, they nodded. If you don't mind, then sure. But only if you let us help you, they replied. Well, you guys are more than welcome to have dinner with us. How does grilled beef sound? Amato smiled. Isn't that too extravagant? Amato said. Midoriya questioned, slightly nervous. Nonsense. You boys are still growing. You need to eat a lot, the man assured them. Oh, Dad. Can we have the chocolate cake you baked the other day? Boboiboy asked since he really liked Amato's home-baked cakes. Sure. Thank goodness the cake is still enough for dessert. Amato ruffled his son's hair. Amato-san bakes. The sudden revealment had shocked the others. Who knew that besides being a hero and a good tutor, Mechamato was also good at baking desserts? Come on, boys, let's make dinner. Thank you again for tutoring us and for the wonderful dinner, Amato-san. The boys bowed politely. Finally, it's time to go home now. You help us yet again, Amato-san. Midoriya, Ida, and Todoroki were really grateful that Amato was willing to help them study for the final exam. It's an honor spending time with you today, Tokoyami and Shoji said. Don't sweat it. anything to help future heroes. Amato gave them a huge grin. Hey, if you have any problem with study, then just come to me. I'll be more than happy to tutor you guys again. Yes, sir. The students replied, take care on your way back home and no detours. The hero was about to advise them when the unexpected happened. Oh, wait till I do what I do. Hit you with that do. Ah yeah. Hit you with that do. Ah yeah. Do. Crick. What was that? A song. Midoriya and Ida sweat dropped. It seems like someone was singing and it came from the inside. Todoroki calmly commented, oh yeah, that's my dad's radio. The boy covered nervously. I thought I sealed him perfectly. How did that creature come out? Amato whispered while facepalming. Yes, at the moment he's treating his partner as if the robot destroyer was a monster that needed to be put away. Who can blame him? Ever since Mechabot got his karaoke set, he's been singing all day and night. Ha. It's some kind of modern radio that I bought overseas. Amato replied, let me tell you this, it has a mind of its own sometimes. He pretended to laugh. How you like that? You don't like that. That. How you like that? Bada bing, bada boom boom boom. How you like that? That. Ha. No one is going to stop me now. Not even you, Amato. Crick. We're doomed. The boy and Amato said to themselves, praying that Midoriya, Ida, Todoroki, Tokoyami, and Shoji wouldn't question again. Well, it really is a smart radio, Amato-san. Midoriya beamed. To think that radio like that exists. It's so amazing. You're so lucky to have one. It's true that it has a thought on its own. How did they make it? Todoroki and Ida titled their head sideways, questioning, the wonders of 21st century modern technologies. Tokoyami and Shoji calmly commented, ha. Yeah, but boy and Amato laughed nervously. We're so sorry that we had to lie. They internally screamed, well, we have to go now. They finally waved goodbye. Thank you for tutoring us, Amato-san. And see you at school, boy. Bye, Midoriya said and walked with the others. Bye, see you again. Boy and Amato waved back, slowly closing the door and, Mechabot, they screamed and began hunting the supposedly sealed monster. Pencils down, everybody, Aizawa-sensei informed. The answering time was now over, marking this as their last paper for the written exam on the third day. The last person in each row. Collect the answer sheets and bring them here. With that, 3 days of the written exam were finally over. Thanks, Yaomomo. Ashido immediately thanked Yaorazu. I didn't leave anything blank. At least, Kaminari joined the Pinkette. How did you do on the written exam, boy? Midoriya approached boy. I did great. The elemental user smiled. How about you? Same, Midoriya replied. And now we have to be ready for the practical exam. Practical exam area, Center Plaza. Now, we will begin the practical exam. Of course, it is possible to fail this exam. Aizawa said, and standing beside were present Mike, Midnight, 13, Cementus, Snipe, Ectoplasm, and Power Loader. If you want to go to the training camp, then don't make any stupid mistakes, the teacher continued. The students were confused. Why were there so many teachers? Did they come to see their practical exam? Something's weird here. The boy whispered since he could tell that something big is going to happen. I expect that you all have gathered information ahead of time and have some idea of what you will be doing. Aizawa said, we're fighting robot warriors like at the entrance exam, right? Kaminari and Ashido replied with pure confidence, fireworks, curry, test of courage, too bad. Principal Nezu immediately stopped them from celebrating, popping out from Aizawa's binding cloth. For various reasons, the exam will be different starting this time. Principal Nezu, and And did you just say different? The students gasped in surprise, couldn't believe that the practical exam was different from what they would think it would be. From now on, we want to focus on person-to-person combat, hero work, and stress teaching that is closer to actual fighting. The principal continued, coming down from his hiding place. Therefore, we'll have you form teams of 2 to fight against one of the teachers. He continued, and of course, shocking all of the students in front of him. What? Abaka, boboiboy shouted. Against the teachers, the others followed. Who knew that the practical exam could be this hard? There's no way amateur heroes like them could defeat a pro hero. Furthermore, this year's practical exam will be totally different since we decided to invite an external examiner to evaluate your performances, Principal Nezu continued. What? An external examiner? This is the first time they heard such a thing. Being a hero is a hard thing to do, students. President Mike smiled at the now paled Class 1A. The external examiner role is to help us to determine whether or not you should pass or fail in the exam. And of course to participate in one of the battles since we're short-handed and in need of assistance. Aizawa continued. Without further ado, please welcome this year's examiner. Armored Hero, Mechabot. What? You called? Amato said from behind them, surprising the students. The foreign hero let a soft chuckle as he walked towards the group of teachers. It's nice to meet you all. I'll be one of the examiners today. Amato waved at the students while the students looked at him with awe. Mechamato is here anyway, dude. I heard he's a famous foreign hero working in Japan. He likes a version of Iron Man. Didn't you know? He's a hero that symbolizes the pride of Southeast Asia. I can't believe that such a person would examine us. Class 1A whispered among themselves, becoming even nervous now. No wonder you had picked him as an external examiner. He must have some kind of close relation to the school. That explains the VIP room during the sports festival. Bakugo said to himself, remembering the day he met Mechamato. Walla, boboiboy my man, are you that shocked that you froze like a block of ice? Kirishima teased boboiboy, who was silent the whole time. The redhead was slightly worried since the elemental user didn't reply to him. Boboiboy, Kirishima waved in hand. Are you there, dude? Dad? Finally, the elemental user said something after a long silence. Sorry, I kept this a secret from you, my son. Amato nervously chuckled, worried that his son might sulk on him. And the next thing was, wait a minute, Dad. The whole class were in shock, much like how Midoriya, Ida, and Todoroki found out that boboiboy was the son of Mechamato. Heck, even Bakugo was surprised by this. Why didn't you tell us that your guardian is actually a pro hero? The others turned to boboiboy, glaring, I'm sorry. Boboiboy apologized. Wait, what? You're Mechamato's child. Kaminari shocked boboiboy's body vigorously, couldn't believe what he was hearing. Welcome to the club, Midoriya, Ida, Todoroki, Tokoyami, and Shoji mumbled. Your dad is a famous pro hero. Why you never told me about this? Yorarika fumed. How dare boboiboy kept something this big from her? Honestly, I didn't know. At first, that is, boboiboy replied. I can't believe this. Boboiboy's dad is actually a pro hero. Ashido jumped. And look, there's their similarity. Kirishima and Kaminari quickly took off boboiboy's orange hat, revealing the white hair streak similar to Amato. Oh, it certainly is. The teachers couldn't help but not to notice as well. Such a cute father and son resemblance. Midnight commented, thank you. Amato replied, I'm sorry for the huge commotion, Mechamato-san. Aizawa apologized since his students were being loud now. It's all right, Eraserhead. Such energetic students. You got there. Amato replied, smiling, please focus here or else I'm going to fail all of you. Aizawa threatened a bit while the students quickly shut their mouth. In addition, the pairs and who each pair will be up against have already been decided. These were determined at my discretion on various factors, including fighting style, grades, and interpersonal relationships, Aizawa explained. And since there are 21 of you, there's also going to be a team of 3 against a teacher. Principal Nezu continued. Let me start with the team first. The team of 3 will be Midoriya, Bakugo, and boboiboy. They turn toward each other since this combination will either lead them to success or drive them towards failure. And their opponent, I will do it. All Might appeared before them, surprising Midoriya, Bakugo, and boboiboy. All Might, the trio gasped. They will be facing the #1 hero. Work together to beat me, young shounens, and I definitely won't go easy on you. All Might replied seriously, moving on. Todoroki and Yaoyorozu, you two will be pairs and you'll be fighting me. Aizawa gave them a wicked smile. Against Aizawa-sensei, who? Todoroki and Yaoyorozu mumbled, knowing how great their homeroom teacher is in fights. Kirishima and Kaminari, both of you will be in pairs and your opponent is Mechamato. Aizawa said while Amada gave them a friendly wave. Kirishima and Kaminari gulped. And now we'll announce the teams and opponents they'll be up against at all once. Principal Nezu continued the announcement. First match, Kirishima and Kaminari vs Mechamato. Second match, Tokoyami and Asui vs Ectoplasm. Third match, Ida and Ojiro vs Power Loader. Fourth match, Todoroki and Yaoyorozu vs Eraserhead. Fifth match, Uraraka and Aoyama vs 13. Sixth match, Sato and Ashido vs Cementus. Seventh match, Gyro and Koda vs Present Mike. Eighth match, Shoji and Habikure vs Snipe. Ninth match, Sira and Mineta vs Midnight. 10th match, Midoriya and Bakugo and boboiboy vs All Might. The time limit for the exam is 30 minutes. Your objective is either to put these handcuffs on the teacher or to have one of you escape from the stage. Escape or capture the teachers. It's kind of like combat training, Kaminari said. But it'll be different from the combat training. Since you are up against someone way better than you, Present Mike replied. This time, your exam will be very similar to a real battle. Please think of us as villains, Amato said, thinking Dad as a villain. Boboiboy gasped, imagining his father laughing evilly like ah-doo-doo. Then he shrugged. What a nightmare, he paled. Assuming you come across an enemy, if you can win a fight against them, then that's fine. However, Snipe advised. It would be smarter to run away and get help. Aizawa continued, Midoriya, Ida, Todoroki, boboiboy. I'm sure you understand this well. Understood, sir. The said students nodded. Also, we have the support course to make these for Estada. Ultra compressed weights. All Might showed them the compressed weights bracelets. We'll put on about half of our body weight. It's to give you a handicap since it's hard to move and eats up stamina when wearing this. The hero continued, putting on the bracelets. These are heavy. Amato commented, putting on his own compressed weights. By the way, there was a competition to decide on the design, and we ended up using young Hatsums. All Might said as they remembered the pink-haired support girl from the US Sports Festival, to allow us to consider fighting you. You're underestimating us, Bakugo lowly commented. I wonder. All Might replied with a sly smile. They are allowing us to capture them, but escaping is a better choice. However, I bet Midoriya and Bakugo won't go for the second option without a good fight. Boboiboy said to himself, shifting his gaze towards them. Alright, each team will take the practical exam in order on the prepared stage. Those waiting their turn can watch or think of strategies as a team. That's all, Aizawa said. Finally, the practical exam is about to begin. Monitor room. Well, it looks like I'll have a lot of work today. Recovery girl sighed a bit. Oh, you guys are watching too, Uraraka said, entering the monitor room. Yeah, Midoriya and boboiboy nodded. We don't have many chances to see other students and the teachers fight. Midoriya said, besides, even if we wanted to talk about strategies, we can't do it with just the both of us, Boboiboy continued, sighing. Besides, Aizawa-sensei did tell us to come up with a plan as a team. I see. Uraraka immediately understood. Well, for me, she explained her situation. It's like there's no point trying to talk to him. She let a heavy sigh since Aoyama was too busy admiring his shining self rather than talking ... double quotes Aoyama, Midoriya and Boboiboy face-palmed. That's why I thought I'd try to use everyone else's fight for reference, the bubbly girl continued, looking at the screen. The first battle is between Kirishima and Kaminari against Mechamato, huh? Midoriya said as the first battle was about to begin. Hey, I've been wondering, what kind of abilities does Mechamato have? Uraraka turned to Boboiboy. Well, his quirk is mechanized, as in the ability that can equip with anything and turn them into high-tech weapons. The elemental user replied, worried at Kirishima and Kaminari. First battle. Team Kirishima and Kaminari. Practical exam. Ready, go? For this exam, we'll definitely get a higher score by capturing rather than running, right? Kaminari asked his paired teammate. I think so, but still, Kirishima replied. We don't know what kind of ability Mechamato is capable of. They said simultaneously, well, he can mechanize, right? I bet I can short-circuit his machines if I use my quirk. Kaminari said, you still can't win a strategy like that though. Amato appeared before them. Mechamato, Kirishima and Kaminari gasped. In the flesh, Amato replied, folding his arm. His movements must be slow because of the compressed weight. Let's attack him now. Kaminari said, yeah, let's break through from the front and aim for a high score. Kirishima replied, activating his quirk. However, before they knew it, Amato was already in front of them. How did he? He's fast. In a fight, you need to act quick before the opponents find an opening. The pro hero said, landing an attack on Kirishima and Kaminari. Chi. The two boys tried to withstand the pain. The two boys then engage in combat Amato, but the hero swiftly dodged them all as if he was just playing with them. He's great at combat. Kirishima and Kaminari commented, 15 minutes more. Amato reminded them of the time limit. Kirishima, stay back. I'm going to use my quirk on him. Tried to take him out, hardening quirk, okay. Kaminari suggested, igniting his electrification quirk. No, if you do that then you'll be short-circuited. Kirishima tried to warn him. But we have to take all the chances we got. Kaminari couldn't care less. Indiscriminate shock 1.3 million volts. The blonde boy released a large amount of electricity towards Amato. You know, you can electrify the opponents on the ground, but before the electric attack could hit him, Amato escaped by flying in the air. But how about in the air? What? He could fly. Kirishima and Kaminari were in shock. My armored suit has a lot of function that I haven't revealed yet. Besides, the robot destroyer will totally kill me if I lose. Amato chuckled and landed on the ground. Yay! Kaminari has now short-circuited, reaching the limit of his quirk usage. Kaminari, Kirishima shouted. I'll have us pass this test, man. He then charged forward. Your reaction time is better now. And that's an amazing quirk you got there. Your friend's quirk is incredible too. Amato praised Kirishima, swiftly dodging his hard punches. Why can't my punches hit him? Is he really wearing the compressed weight bracelets? He's still fast even though his movements have been limited. Kirishima was getting frustrated now. However, it seems like that quirk of yours has reached its limit, huh? Amato commented, distancing himself from Kirishima. 10 minutes left, ha! The hero mumbled. Trust me, I really like to help you pass this test, but the teachers won't allow me to get easy on you. Sorry, but time to end this. Amato took an iron rod not far from where he was standing. You think you can defeat us with an iron rod? Kirishima said, pretty much. Amato replied, Mechanize Mecha Blaster, using Mechabot's mechanized power. The iron rod immediately transformed into a high-tech blaster. What? He turned it into a weapon. Kirishima shouted, I'm truly sorry about this. Amato apologized and a large explosion happened. Team Kirishima and Kaminari retires due to both members losing consciousness. Seriously, what? Kirishima-chan, Kaminari-chan, they failed. The others were in shock since their friends were defeated by their opponent. And then they realized something. The practical exam was much harder than they thought. Monitor room, oh dear, it's only the first match and I already have work. Recovery girl sighed, heading towards the two students. Amazing, Midoriya and Uraraka gasped. The first battle was a one-sided battle indeed. Neither Kirishima nor Kaminari managed to land an attack on Mechamato, and what's worse, they both failed in the practical exam. Mechamato's quirk is unyielding boboiboy. Midoriya said to his friend. Yeah, he gave Midoriya a quick reply. And he's not even using half of his power. Mechabot's ability is much greater than that, boboiboy whispered to himself. The possibility of us passing the exam is really low, ha, Midoriya commented while boboiboy nodded. And what's worst, we're up against All Might, the #1 hero.